Thanks for joining us on the bright side. We're talking pigmentation, darkening of the skin. We said yesterday there's two types of pigmentation. One is called melanin. Most folks have heard of melanin. Melanin is electrically active. Melanin is functional stuff. It dampens solar energy. That's one of its main roles. Not its only role, but maybe its main role. It dampens, softens, mitigates, absorbs solar energy, sunlight energy, and has a protective effect on the skin. Melanin is part of the constituency of the skin. It's part of the, well, there's a couple types of melanin. There's one type of melanin that's built into the skin, and there's another type of melanin that increases in response to the sun. The built-in melanin is what gives us our complexion: dark, light, black, white, Caucasian, yellow, whatever, red. Melanin gives our eyes color. Melanin gives our hair color. And melanin is also found inside the body. This is why melanoma, which is a melanin type of cancer, it's a cancer of the cells that make melanin. Melanoma is not a sun issue, despite what you hear from your doctor and your dermatologist and the medical model and people selling sunscreens and sunblocks. Melanoma is a melanin problem, a melanocyte problem. The cells that make melanin are going crazy. The cells that make melanin are dividing in a cancerous fashion. But these cells live inside the body as well as outside the body. And you got melanin in your heart and your kidneys, and you got melanin in your brain. In fact, Parkinson's disease is an example of a breakdown of the brain melanin. And this is what causes changes in how the nervous system and the muscles function. Anyway, the second pigment, this is the one we've been talking about. It's called lipofuscin. It's a complex of melanin and fats in combination with cellular waste and dead cells and their components, cell debris. This cell debris, under normal healthy circumstances, is usually going to be drained away in the lymph, where it will be eliminated from the body and or recycled. However, as we get older, the drainage system, the lymph, becomes overwhelmed, and as the cellular death process accelerates with time, as we get older, and the accumulation of digestive toxicity and sugar toxicity and the effects of nutrient deficiency and oxygen deprivation accrue. These are all the reasons why we break down. Cell waste materials will get deposited in various parts of the body because the skin is on the outside, on the periphery, and close to routes of excretion. These dark spots, brownish spots, begin to appear visibly on the skin as we get older. And we call this stuff lipofuscin. It means dark fat. Lipo for fat, fucsin for dark. And to reduce lipofuscin, you got to take corrective measures in how your cells are breaking down. And you also got to help improve drainage. And I'll be talking about some of these strategies here in a little bit. But I want to digress just a moment and cover a subject that I've been getting a ton of letters on. But I probably got 100 letters in the last week just on this one subject, and that's macular degeneration, a leading cause of blindness. It affects millions of people. 2 million people in this country have macular degeneration. Its incidence is increasing. Yesterday we got a call at the end of the program about macular degeneration, so I promised the caller and I promised you guys that I would talk a little bit about macular degeneration. As it turns out, macular degeneration, like all of the other signs of aging, it's just a degenerative issue, and guess what? There's pigment that deposits in the eye. And this is one of the reasons why our eyes degenerate, because of pigment, lipofuscin in the eye. This is reading from the Journal of the Royal College of Ophthalmologists. Accumulation, this is a quote, accumulation of lipofuscin is one of the most characteristic features of aging observed in retinal pigment cells. Lipofuscin in the eyes, that's unquote. Lipofuscin in the eyes, and this should be no surprise. The body breaks down generically, folks. It doesn't matter where it's breaking down. It matters that it's breaking down. The only people who care about all the special areas where the body breaks down are the specialists, because that's how they get paid. But it doesn't matter from a healing perspective, whether it's the eyes or whether it's the joints or whether it's any other system of the body. When it comes to macular degeneration, the operative word is degeneration, not the macula. It doesn't matter. The macula word just tells you where the degeneration is occurring. The part that you need to address, the part that we need to address if we're going to reverse it, is the degenerative part. When we're healthy, breakdown initiates build up. Under healthy circumstances, when we're young, when we're vital, when we're strong, when our body breaks down, that triggers a build-up process. But as we age, and as we get more toxic, and as we get less healthy, and as nutritional deficiencies build up, and oxygen deficiencies build up, the breakdown process does not initiate the build-up process, at least not completely, and breakdown keeps progressing. This is it. That's disease in a nutshell, and nobody's going to tell you that because it doesn't lend itself, this logic doesn't lend itself to the medical model because it's simple. There's no medicine that can take care of this. There's no drugs that can take care of this. There's no doctoring. This is why the word doctor means to commit a fraud. Doctoring is, when you doctor something, you doctor your taxes, you're committing a fraud. So to doctor the body is to commit a fraud. It's to pretend like it's healthy. But doctoring cannot make your taxes better, and doctoring cannot make the evidence better, and doctoring cannot make your body better either, at least in a degenerative sense. When it comes to degenerative disease, this is not a medical concern. It's a health concern, and medicine is not health. Medicine is about dividing things. Medicine comes from medius, middlemen. It puts somebody between you and the healing process. Medicine requires outside intervention. Health is about unification. Health is wholeness. The word health means whole, just like the word medicine comes from middle or separation, implying separation. Health is about wholeness. It's something we can access ourselves. So for macular degeneration, how do you deal with it? You're going to laugh when I tell you because it's the same thing. It's the same way you deal with arthritis or any other health challenge. Parkinson's, myasthenia gravis, whatever. Any of the 12,800 different diseases. I'm sure you guys know as well as I do because I've been saying it for now 5 years, at least on this program. How do you deal with degenerative diseases? It's the same strategies. All right, I'll tell you what I mean when we come back from our break. I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. We'll be back right after this. Hi, nutritional pharmacist Ben Fuchs here from the Brightside Radio Show. Come check out my presentation in Minneapolis, Minnesota, Monday, August 3rd at the Faith Tabernacle Gospel Fellowship Church. Bring your family, friends, loved ones, and let's fill the house. I want to talk about raw materials and nutritional supplements that your body needs to restore and maintain good health. Register at 5 p.m. If you've got questions, call Clinton Scott at 763-221-8432. 763-221-8432. Hope to see you there.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
Hi, my name is DeRay, suffering from migraines, having Botox injections in my head and neck to alleviate pain, costing $1,500 out of my pocket. I discovered Dr. Ortman and Gentle Touch chiropractic adjustment called NUCA. I'm migraine-free since my first adjustment. Thanks for giving me my life back, Dr. Ortman. I wish they prescribed you instead of Botox.
Thanks, DeRay. Putting the bones back in place is only half of the solution. We design a nutritional supplement program the body can handle, actually absorb, providing nutrients, targeting the problem area. Between NUCA and nutrition, we will have you on the road to a faster and more permanent recovery. Look us up on the web at drortman.com or call 952-303-9124. Let us help you feel better faster. Wellspring Spinal Care at 952-303-9124. Again, that's 952-303-9124. Or on the web at drortman.com.
Many are in disbelief today after word of shocking allegations against a Minnesota-based talk syndication company known as GCN. It's claimed that they're the fourth largest talk syndication company in the U.S., making it even more scandalous that they've been accused of helping business owners expose themselves on a massive scale. Let's go live to Tom for more on this story.
It's being called the greatest exposure of our lifetime, while other business owners are beginning to step forward claiming they too exposed themselves with the help of GCN.
It's true. They're all guilty. Every last one of them. GCN helped me get the exposure my company needed, and just think, that was years ago. Today, GCN has like 700 affiliate stations and over 6 million downloads from iTunes and their website every month.
Imagine the exposure your company can get. Expose your business to the masses. Email advertise@gcnlive.com. Easy, affordable, effective. GCN.
Okay, honey, I have to ask, and be honest here. Have you been taking a little blue pill? Because things have been pretty good in the bedroom lately.
No, I swear.
You didn't pick anything up at the Pharmacia last month in Cancun?
No.
Well, something's different.
I have been taking that heart and body extract you bought me.
But that's for your heart and to control your cholesterol.
Well, I read HB extract also promotes healthy prostate function.
I never guessed it would work this well,
But you're glad it did.
Oh, yeah.
Heart and Body Extract is a 100% organic formula that promotes a strong heart, healthy arterial flow, better circulation, improves erectile and prostate gland function, and provides youthful energy, strength, and stamina. Find out more at heartandbodyextract.com. Heart and Body Extract paired with healthy heart choices is a winning combination. Call toll-free to order or for free information. 1-866-295-5305. 1-866-295-5305.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
The human body is more than 60% water. Your brain and muscles are 75% water. And your blood is 92% water. Water's vital to your body, and alkalizing your water is the key to keep it running at its best. AlkaVision Plasma pH drops keep your entire body healthy, boosts energy, promotes weight loss, and even fights cancer. Call 800-518-7615 or go to alkavision.com to find out more. That's ALKAvision.com.
Hi, my name is Scott Fuchs, teacher and rowing coach for over 14 years. I was sluggish, overweight, on prescription drugs, and only 30-something. Fortunately, I was referred to Dr. Z, and happy to say Dr. Z's all-natural protocols over a consistent course resolved my health issues. I'm in the best shape of my life, and most importantly, on 0 medications.
I'm Dr. Zdanowski, author of Evology, trained as a primary care physician, surgical manipulation under anesthesia, expert in nutrition, diet, weight loss, immune system, and I specialize in chiropractic. My 15 years of professional experience has taught me the 4 keys to vibrant health: a balanced musculoskeletal system, an integrated nervous system, a flowing lymphatic system, and a body filled with over 90 essential nutrients. This has been a secret too long. Actualize your potential, reverse disease. Call me, Dr. Z, 201-945-1177, 201-945-1177, evolyourself.com.
Many are in disbelief today after word of shocking allegations against a Minnesota-based talk syndication company known as GCN. It's claimed that they're the 4th largest talk syndication company in the U.S., making it even more scandalous that they've been accused of helping business owners expose themselves on a massive scale. Let's go live to Tom for more on this story.
It's being called the greatest exposure of our lifetime, while other business owners are beginning to step forward claiming they too exposed themselves with the help of GCN.
It's true, they're all guilty, every last one of them. GCN helped me get the exposure my company needed, and just think, that was years ago. Today, GCN has like 700 affiliate stations and over 6 million downloads from iTunes and their website every month.
Imagine the exposure your company can get. Expose your business to the masses. Email advertise@gcnlive.com. Easy, affordable, effective. GCN.
In an unpredictable world, it's good to know you are in control of food, your greatest dependency. Go Foods are storable for 25 years, quick fix, non-GMO, kosher, health store quality food at discount store prices delivered to your door. Go Foods is there when you need it most. Feed Your Free to package is available with up to 3 months of food for free. Call Go Foods at 1-800-648-9753 or on the web at www.storefoodnow.com.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
Usually, the older one gets, the less you are able to absorb amino acids and the less you are able to repair the 100 trillion cells of your body. As a result, you'll have less energy, your tissues will shrink, and you'll become wrinkled. An older person will typically injure more easily and heal more slowly. Not fun. However, if you can consume a protein powder that is easier to absorb, then you may be able to gain back some strength, muscle, and speed of recovery. One World Whey is a highly digestible whey protein powder that may be the perfect answer for you.
My name is Errol. I'm 74 years old. You know, the taste of One World Whey is amazing. I play pickleball, and since taking One World Whey and your trace mineral supplement, I have more energy and recover faster from my working out. I used to take another grass-fed whey protein powder, but now I'm getting much better results using One World Whey.
Call 888-988-3325. That's 888-988-3325. Or visit oneworldwhey.com.
Speaking of skin, we're talking about the macula, which is the center part of the eye. The eye is very similar to the skin, and a lot of the problems that occur in the skin occur in the eye as well. Macular degeneration is at least partially related to the deposition of a pigment. It's called drusen, D-R-U-S-E-N. It's similar to lipofuscin, slightly different, but same idea. Deposition of pigmentation and degeneration of the tissue follow long-term toxicity and breakdown and aging and nutritional deficiencies and all the same things. It's all the same stuff. That should be such good news, because it means we just do the same things no matter what we're dealing with. You don't need a special protocol for macular degeneration. You just do the same thing you do for arthritis or you do for any autoimmune problem or anything really. Number one, for macular degeneration or any other degenerative health issue, number one, you want to relax the body. You want to activate the parasympathetic nervous system. If you're medically involved, if you're a medical professional, you're in the medical business or the health business, you call it the parasympathetic nervous system. If you're a regular person, you call it the relaxation nervous system. Either way, it's the same thing, and this is the system that regulates everything we love about being alive, from sex to creativity to fertility to healing to muscle building, wellness, regeneration. Everything that we love about being alive is regulated by the parasympathetic relaxation, rest and digest nervous system. So relaxing the body is critical. And you relax the body with nutrition, because nutritional deficiencies will stimulate the stress response. You relax the body with mental strategies, thinking kind thoughts. Yes, something as simple as thinking kind thoughts is the best anti-degeneration medicine, or one of the best anti-degeneration medicines you could ever use. It's not silly. It's not airy-fairy. It's not Boulder, Colorado hippie talk. Thinking kind thoughts activates the relaxation nervous system. It's biochemistry. Thinking kind thoughts, thinking loving thoughts, thinking spiritual thoughts, being forgiving. Same with emotional strategies. And we don't talk about that anywhere nearly enough on this program or on a lot of health programs, in my opinion. Mental and emotional strategies are critical for accessing healing, health, and wellness via this parasympathetic rest and digest nervous system. And oxygen, too. No surprise here, folks. Low blood oxygen, it's technically called hypoxia, is related to all degenerative health issues, including macular degeneration. Reading here from the journal Progress in Retinal Eye Research. Quote, this is a quote again. Hypoxia, low blood oxygen that is, hypoxia is implicated in the pathophysiology of age-related macular degeneration, unquote. That's no surprise. No surprise to anybody listening to this program. No surprise to anybody who understands how the body works. And that doesn't probably, well, I'll say that. I was going to say it might not include your doctor, but we're not going to go there. Anyway, when was the last time anybody got a prescription for deep breathing when they went in for macular degeneration? Well, tell your doctor to go get Progress in Retinal Eye Research, January 2011. Tell them to read page 72. Right on the first line, hypoxia implicated in the pathophysiology of age-related macular degeneration. Why is it that we don't use these strategies? Because we think they're silly. We live in this high-tech world where breathing doesn't seem sophisticated enough when it comes to healing. But the thing about breathing is we can do it ourselves. And not only will it help reverse degeneration of the macula, and it'll help reverse degeneration everywhere, because low blood oxygen or hypoxia is involved in all chronic degenerative disease. Anyone listening to this program knows that. It's not going to come as a surprise. Lack of nutrition also represents a stressor. And lack of nutrition will also activate the stress nervous system and deactivate the parasympathetic or relaxation nervous system. Likewise, or opposing, conversely, Using nutrition will activate the relaxation nervous system. When the body has enough nutrients, it feels like it can spend its resources. It's like when you have enough money in the bank, you don't feel so bad taking a vacation. If you don't have enough money in the bank, you're not going to take a vacation. You're not going to indulge in all the things that we do with our money. Same with the body. When the body doesn't have enough nutrients, it's not going to indulge in healing. When the body feels like nutrients are deficient, it's not going to indulge in building muscles and reversing degeneration. So a lack of nutrition represents a stressor. Use the mighty 90 essential nutrients. If you have macular degeneration, get on the Healthy Start Pack. Use the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. Use the Ultimate EFAs. Use the Beyond OsteoFX. There's key nutrients for the eyes, but they're also important for building and lots of stuff. Zinc is critical for eye health. We've talked about zinc a lot. I'm going to talk about it here probably tomorrow because it's super important for the skin. Zinc is important for blood sugar. Zinc is important for the brain. Zinc is important for the bones. Zinc is important for the immune system. Zinc is important for everything. And zinc deficiency is very common. I will almost guarantee you that if you have macular degeneration and you're not supplementing, you're deficient in zinc. Likewise, if you have diabetes or any other degenerative issue. Sulfur, very important for the eyes. We spent a lot of time talking about how sulfur is an electrical substance. The eyes are an electrical system. Sulfur is very, very important. MSM sulfur or alpha lipoic acid, which is a source of sulfur. Love that supplement, alpha lipoic acid. It's not an essential nutrient. Your body can make it, but it is a great nutrient for all electrical systems. It has a little piece of sulfur in there. Vitamin E, unbelievably important for the eyes. Also an electrical nutrient. Selenium, vitamin C, vitamin A, these are all key players in eye health. Essential fatty acids, especially omega-3s, very, very important for the eyes. Omega-3s are very important for babies' eyes, for children's eyes, for the eye development in the womb. Omega-3s, moms who take omega-3s have kids with better eyes, with better vision, better hand-eye coordination. Make sure you're getting your pigments, your pigment veggies, your reds, your greens, your yellows, your oranges. The macula is built up of pigment. In fact, all macular health products, macular supplements, including the Vision FX from Longevity, will feature something called lutein in it. Lutein is a yellow pigment. You get it from corn, or you get it from pumpkin or squash, or even cantaloupe has a little bit of lutein in it. Lots of wonderful foods with these pigments, and we should all be eating them. Spinach, bell peppers, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, turkey. Turkey is not a source of pigment, but turkey is a source of zinc, and turkey is also a source of tryptophan, which is important for the eyes. Sweet potatoes, spinach, these are all great nutrients with eye pigments in them. Salmon even has some keratins in them, keratin in it, which can be helpful for the eye. And by the way, for these pigments to get into the blood through the digestive system, your liver has to be working correctly, gallbladder has to be working correctly, because these pigments are fat soluble. There's so much more here, you guys. Eliminating toxicity is also important. Making sure you're using your sweeties, because sugar represents a major toxicity. There's a reason why diabetes and macular degeneration go hand in hand. I got a few more things I want to say, and then we'll get our phone calls. Get our phone calls in. 844-236-6010 is our number. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side on the Genesis Communication Network. We'll be back after this. Hang tight if you're on hold. We'll get to you here in just a minute. I want to finish macular degeneration. Tomorrow we'll continue talking lipofuscin and use talk about some nutrients for addressing lipofuscin. And then I'm going to talk about one of my all-time favorite nutrients, and that's high hyaluronic acid. And by the way, there's a very important relationship between high hyaluronic acid and eye health. In fact, we'll talk about that, probably get to that tomorrow. So for macular degeneration issues, as far as nutrients go, specific nutrients go, zinc, sulfur, vitamin E, selenium, vitamin C, vitamin A, 50 milligrams a day of zinc, 50. Zinc picolinate is the best form of zinc. Sulfur, you can get that from something called MSM. You'll find that in the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, of course. If you want extra MSM, you can buy that pretty much anywhere, 1,000 milligrams a day of MSM. Vitamin E, super important for the eyes. Interesting about vitamin E will speed healing, and vitamin E will also protect your skin from sunburning. Vitamin E is found in the Vision FX. I like a 400 IU, at least 400 IU. You can use 800 IU of vitamin E. Look for mixed, M-I-X-E-D, mixed tocopherols, mixed tocotrienols if you're going to supplement with vitamin E. Use your Ultimate Selenium. 400 to 600 micrograms a day. And then, of course, vitamin C is really important vitamin C is ridiculously important in the body, but also especially important for the eyes. 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 milligrams a day of vitamin C. You'll get around 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C a day if you use your BTT as directed. Vitamin A, 20,000 IU a day. And then all your pigmented veggies, make sure you're using digestive enzymes, the ultimate enzymes, with your meals. You can get some extra bile salts. That's B-I-L-E, bile salts. Also lecithin, L-E-S-T-I-H-I-N. Also HCl drops, if you want to have a pharmacist make those for you, or apple cider vinegar. These are all ways to improve fat absorption, and pigments are fatty. If you have a gallbladder removed, you got to be super, super vigilant with using fat absorption aids with your pigmented vegetables without a gallbladder. And by the way, you need your gallbladder. Don't let anybody tell you you don't need a gallbladder. Without a gallbladder, you're at serious risk for fat malabsorption, pigment deficiencies, eye problems, etc. Sugar and macular degeneration, diabetes and macular degeneration go hand in hand, so use your sweeties. Use your Beyond Tangy Tangerine, extra nutrients that will help with sugar metabolism, the Fucoid Z, the amino acid taurine, alpha lipoic acid, the amino acid arginine, the B complex, vitamin C. There's so many different nutrients that will help you process your sugar. And of course, then you'll reduce all the other symptoms that are associated with dysglycemia, messed up blood sugar, and you'll, of course, improve your eye health too. Working on digestive health, support the digestive system, probiotics, the Biolumin Nightly Essence, using fermented foods. These are all the same strategies you hear us talk about all the time. Every day we talk about these same strategies. So macular degeneration is not any different. The eye pigment that we talked about, drusen, is lipofuscin of the eye. Or macular degeneration, arthritis of the eye, Alzheimer's disease of the eye, osteoporosis of the eye. As a breakdown to degenerative disease, macular degeneration is not special in any way. The only people who think it's special are specialists. It's a generic degeneration that happens to be occurring in the eyes. And by the way, there's an awesome CD that Dr. Wallach, that Youngevity's selling, called Seeing is Believing. Dr. Wallach, it's actually was recorded by a doc who disputed Dr. Wallach's recommendations and suggestions that macular degeneration is completely reversible. And this eye doctor, was big enough of a man to admit that he was wrong, because he used some of Doc's protocols, and people who are supposedly going to go blind actually reverse their blindness. This is all explained in the CD. Seeing is Believing. Call 866-735-2470 if you want a copy of this. If you or someone you love or know is dealing with macular degeneration, get the CD. Seeing is Believing. Call 866-735-2470. All right, tomorrow we'll talk more skin health. We'll continue talking lipofuscin. And then we're going to talk about one of my all-time favorite nutritional supplements, and that's high hyaluronic acid. And I'll tell you about an awesome Youngevity product you can use to help build your own high hyaluronic acid. As we've said so many times in the past few weeks, you can't get any high hyaluronic acid benefits by just putting it on top of your skin in a skincare product, no matter what you hear from skincare companies selling. High hyaluronic acid serum. I know one particular company. High hyaluronic acid serum supposedly is going to help you with your high hyaluronic acid. But you can build it up, and there's lots of ways to do that. We'll talk about that tomorrow. All right, 844-236-6010 is our number. Helen in New York. What's going on? Welcome to the bright side.
Hi.
Greetings.
I'm calling because, and thank you, I'm calling because I'm interested in figuring out how to either help what I think is adhesions from like 4 months of pleural effusions after a chest surgery.
Okay.
My chest messed up. In fact, I think that maybe they aligned it wrong, because I can't. So between costochondritis, whether adhesions or whether it's some kind of fiber that thickened in those pleural effusions. And
yeah, you're getting all technical on me here. You're getting all medical on me.
Because I've been working on this a year.
Okay. Well, here's the deal. Adhesions are actually a good thing in a way, even though there's problems associated with it. It's the way the body protects itself. They're fibers, like you said. They're sticky fibers that are a result usually of surgeries and medical procedures, and it's kind of like scar tissue, and it's a protective device. Problem is they may affect how especially in the lungs, they may affect how your muscles are working and how the lungs are working, and you may have problems with breathing. Do you have breathing problems? Are you noticing breathing issues?
Yeah, it's tight, but it's not in the lungs. But it's maybe creeping up so that maybe my air, which is oxygen, which you're saying is very important, and I don't know how to increase.
Well, you got a couple of things that you're going to want to do here, okay? First of all, from a mechanical standpoint, you want to work those muscles. You have muscles, they're called your intercostal muscles, and those are your lung muscles, and you want to work those. And you may be uncomfortable for you, but that's how you break through those adhesions is by forcing your muscles to move. So it's very, very important that you force yourself to do deep breathing techniques, even though it's uncomfortable. It may be a little. Is it uncomfortable when you do that? Do you feel?
Yeah, but I do that. I had to force myself to do it, and I have PT now.
You have physical therapy? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so good. So good. Your PT will help. Make sure that whoever's doing the PT understands what's going on, and definitely force through those adhesions with your deep breathing techniques. There's a strategy. This isn't going to help you necessarily, but for folks who have a scar tissue after an injury, there's a type of massage called rolfing. Have you heard of this? Rolfing?
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't think it's going to help you if your adhesions are internal, but if they're more muscular, for folks who have scar tissue, rolfing is absolutely incredible. I mean, really incredible as a body work technique. But for you, you're going to have to do your deep breathing to help break through those adhesions. You also want to keep inflammation down. So look for other symptoms, especially digestive symptoms and blood sugar symptoms. Number one, if you eat foods and you have problems with food allergies or food intolerances, you want to eliminate those foods, because anything that increases the inflammatory response is going to make it much more difficult for your body to heal. So work on digestive symptomology, eliminate any foods that cause digestive problems, and then use your Biolumin Nightly Essence and the Ultimate Enzymes. The Ultimate Enzymes can also contain protein-dissolving substances, so that can help with the adhesions if you take your Ultimate Enzymes on an empty stomach. Hang tight. There's a few more things I want to tell you, Helen, in New York, so don't go away. And then if you're on hold, hang on. We'll get to you as well. I'm Pharmacist Ben, our number 844-236-6010. We'll take a break and come back with more good health information right after this. Don't go away. Helen in New York.
Hi.
Hi there, Helen. Okay. By the way, did you have pneumonia or something? What was
No, I had heart surgery.
Oh, you had heart surgery.
I also think it's micro tears from just trying to exercise.
No, sweetheart. Listen.
Work after I was done with all that stuff.
Helen, listen to me. If you had heart surgery, that means you have a long-standing circulatory issue. Now, I didn't ask you what kind of heart surgery you have, but it doesn't really matter because it's a circulatory problem. So you want to work backwards here. Can I ask you just approximately how old you are?
63.
Okay.
The doctor said that he thought it was the surgeon.
I don't ever anything that starts any sentence that starts off with the doctor says immediately goes into my junk file.
The surgeon. He said I had long runs of clear arteries, a clear carotid artery. He said he thought it was for 35 years of diabetes.
Well, if you have, sweetheart, listen, Helen.
Okay.
Okay. And I got to go. I got all these calls here I want to get to. Okay. Your body's falling apart, sweetheart, period. And don't overthink. It sounds to me like you're overthinking. Is this something that you do anyway? Overthink? Because you got all these details. We want to simplify. With health, you always simplify. The only people who benefit by this complicated model are the people who are charging you for it. All we want to do, if we're interested in healing, is reverse back to the most simple solutions. Number one, if you got a diabetic issue, or if you have a history of diabetes, that means you have a history of dysglycemia, messed up blood sugar. That's going to completely change the healing process. Your body's not going to be able to heal under those conditions. So we got to correct the diabetes, which means correcting the digestive problems. It goes back to the triangle of disease. I'm not sure how long you've been listening to this program, but it's the triangle of disease that's behind everything. Number one, relax the body. Continue your deep breathing techniques. Get on the Healthy Start Pack. Stabilize your blood sugar by eating less sweets and sugar and bread and pasta, etc. Use the sweeties and use magnesium, and make sure you're getting on all the nutrients that help you process sugar, including omega-3 fats and alpha-lipoic acid and taurine and arginine and the B complex and vitamin C, and have zero tolerance for anything that throws off your blood sugar, and you know those foods. And then start to correct the digestive system. In fact, if it was me, Helen, if this was me, or you were my mom, or somebody that I was a dear friend, and you are a friend, I consider you a friend, so I'm going to tell you this: work back at to the basics and forget the adhesions. Work on the basics: digestion, blood sugar. Relax the body by activating the parasympathetic nervous system through oxygen, eliminating toxicity, and getting on a nutritional supplement program. Helen, if you want more information, I'm glad to work with you. Send an email to ben@ksco.com and put your phone number in there so I can get back to you. And I'm sorry I have to let you go. I want to get to some more calls. Okay, God bless you. Good luck, ma'am. Okay, we got to simplify, you guys. Don't overthink. In the interest of healing, you always want to reverse back to the triangle of disease: digestive system, blood sugar system, oxygen. Don't overthink. Denise in California, what's going on? Welcome to the bright side. Denise?
Oh, good morning. God bless you too, Ben.
Good morning. God bless you as well. What's up?
Thank you. Okay, I'm still recovering patiently from my broken wrist.
Okay.
And I've got the edema in the knuckles. I'm doing all my bright side vitamins, minerals, and controlling what goes on the fork as best as I can.
As best as you can, okay.
I'm telling you, I'm still getting the numb, tingling, swollen, can't make a fist, and I'm doing some therapy, heat, cold, and all that stuff.
Keep the therapy.
I'm just not patient. So
well, you might not be. How long has it been? How long has it been, Denise?
It is 7 weeks since I got my cast. 4 weeks since I got my cast off. Yeah.
Okay, so there may be some residual swelling, but you want to be trending in the right direction. If you're not trending in the right direction, then we want to take corrective measures. Can you fast?
Yes, I've been doing intermittent, but I
try to do a 2 or 3 day fast. If you can do a 2 or 3 day fast, see if you notice that the swelling goes down and you feel better. If that's the case, then you'll know you'll know there's a food issue, and you want to keep track of that. Alternatively, look for digestive symptoms: cramping, bloating, loose stools, etc. You can pretty much assume if you're over 40 that you got some digestive symptoms. That's just the way it is in our standard American diet. So you got to look to that. Use the Biolumin Nightly Essence and fermented foods. Get a Vitamix. And do fermented, do celery juice and beet juice and cabbage juice, etc.
I love that. I heard you say that a week or so ago, the celery, and I tried it.
With
it was
salt.
Different, but
put lots of salt in there.
Okay, so just a couple of sticks of celery.
As much as you want. There's no recipe. You make your own recipe.
Okay.
You're just as smart as me.
Try it out.
Yeah, just be creative. With the Vitamix and the vegetables, be creative. I like celery, but you may like cucumber or bell pepper. Mix it all up and see how you do. Make sure you put salt in. The combination of pigments, which are electrically active, phytonutrients also have some electroactivity, and salt and a vortex, spinning it in the vortex in the blender, creates an electrical drink that is extremely satisfying. Remember, we're eating for energy. And so if you can get energy without calories, that's always going to be in your interest. Calories represent work, they're heat, they're hard for the body to process. This is why caloric restriction always increases longevity. So if you can get electricity and nutrients without having to get calories, that's going to speed the healing process. Then you want to start using that. And you want to start using all your sugar stabilizing techniques. Sugar represents inflammation and will slow down the healing process. So I would have, personally, if it was me, Denise, I'd have zero tolerance for sugar and for bread and for pasta and for potatoes. Of course, if you are going to eat those kinds of foods, drink more water to dilute your blood sugar, and then start using nutrients that help you process the sugar. And then last but not least, and thanks for your call. Appreciate it, Denise. I'm going to let you go here. Last but not least, activate the parasympathetic nervous system through deep breathing techniques and relaxation. Always healing is linked to the parasympathetic nervous system and relaxation techniques. All right, Daniel in Texas, what's up? Welcome to the bright side.
Daniel in Texas?
I said, Daniel, what's going on, my man?
Hey, how you doing, Ben?
Doing good. How you doing? How can we help?
Pretty good. Okay, I've got a friend that has been suffering from repeated outbreaks of boils.
Oh, no, that's awful. That's awful. How, serious boils, big welts on the body?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you know where they are? Are they facial or the back or arms?
Presently, he's been diagnosed with anal fistulas.
Okay, well, that's not a good thing at all. The body's breaking down. First of all, boils are different from fistulas. Fistulas are a sign that the body's breaking down. Boils are a sign that something's getting into the system, into the blood specifically, and that means a digestive problem. They could be related. So you want to do the same thing you do for everything else. First of all, we've got to see what's getting into the blood that's activating this immune response, and that always means food. anytime something is activating the immune response, you want to focus on food and digestion. Do a fast, that's the best way, and then start eating again and seeing what initiates, what causes or turns on the digestive symptomology. He probably does have digestive symptoms that he knows about, especially with the anal fistula. Then you want to start to rebuild the body. Protein is very important for rebuilding connective tissue, bone soup. And whenever you do protein and you do things that help build up the connective tissue, and bone soup included, and by the way, that's chicken broth when I say bone soup. Chicken broth made with real bones and real chicken. You want to use digestive enzymes to increase and improve the way the body handles the protein. So digestive enzymes with his protein, the ultimate enzymes with his protein, maybe some apple cider vinegar, use the bone soup. If he has any digestive issues, those need to be corrected. Likewise, if he has any blood sugar issues, and chances are he does that, just like we're talking with our last couple of callers, restricting the intake of things that spike the blood sugar, diluting the blood sugar with more water, and then using blood sugar stabilizing nutrients, including magnesium and alpha lipoic acid and selenium and vitamin C and the B complex, all the things we always talk about for helping stabilize the blood sugar. Then activating the relaxation nervous system is also important. A couple interesting nutrients that may help directly with the boils and will also help him build connective tissue in terms of his fistula issue. And by the way, he's probably got long-term constipation. That may be occurring as well. Sometimes that happens when you have anal problems. Zinc is very important for the immune system, also for the skin. Will also help him build connective tissue. Have him get 50 milligrams of zinc picolinate, and then balance that out with 2 to 4 milligrams of a chelated copper chelate. Zinc and copper go hand in hand. Vitamin A is also important. Vitamin A works with zinc. Zinc deficiencies will cause vitamin A deficiencies and vice versa. So using 20,000 IU of vitamin A is also important. This is all in addition to his Healthy Start Pack. He probably wants the glucogel caps as well. And you can take as many of those as you want, but I'd be taking 3, at least 3 a day. You can take probably 6 a day too. And then a couple other things, the Biolumin Nightly Essence, as well as the Fucoid Z, which is made with fucoidin, which can also help build connective tissue. Thanks for your call, Daniel. Appreciate it. Hope we helped you out. And that's all the time we have for today. If we left you on hold, call back tomorrow. We'll get you first up. And I apologize for that. Check out my website, truthtreatments.com, if you're interested in purchasing any of the Truth Treatment products. And also, if you're interested in joining the Brightside Ben team, call 866-735-2470 or head over to brightsideben.com and click on the Join the Team link. Thanks for listening, folks. Have a wonderful, spectacular, beautiful day. I'm Pharmacist Ben. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.
We use mobile devices right against our bodies every day, but growing scientific evidence has emerged showing serious health risks associated with exposure to EMF radiation emitted from these devices. The solution is Defender Shield, the most effective mobile radiation shielding ever developed. Defender Shield blocks virtually 100% of EMF radiation from cell phones, tablets, and laptops, and starts at just $64.99. Buy now at DefenderShield.com. For 10% off, use promo code GCN. DefenderShield.com, the worldwide leader in mobile radiation shielding.
Hi, nutritional pharmacist Ben Fuchs here from the Brightside Radio Show. Come check out my presentation in Minneapolis, Minnesota, Monday, August 3rd at the Faith Tabernacle Gospel Fellowship Church. Bring your family, friends, loved ones, and let's fill the house. I want to talk about raw materials and nutritional supplements that your body needs to restore and maintain good health. Register at 5 p.m. If you've got questions, call Clinton Scott at 763-221-8432. 763-221-8432. Hope to see you there.
Healthy, organic, fresh fish, robust, mouth-watering vegetables, all from your home. It's called aquaponics. This brilliant, self-sustaining protein and veggie system is perfect for year-round growing. Know exactly where your food is coming from. Aquaponicssource.com is the one-stop shop for all your needs. Fish, fish food, plumbing, full systems, classes, and more. Learn to build your own system. Go to aquaponicssource.com for a free guide to aquaponics. That's aquaponicssource.com.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state in back taxes, you know they'll never stop coming after you. With bank levies, wage garnishments, they'll even seize your home or business. The good news? A government program for tax debt forgiveness. It's called the Fresh Start Initiative.
I'm Paul Sibley with U.S. Tax Shield. We can help navigate the new laws, get you protected, and resolve your tax issues permanently.
Call the experts at U.S. Tax Shield now for your free consultation and get a guaranteed quote to resolve your case. Call 800-436-6451. That's 800-436-6451.
As if chlorine in our water weren't bad enough, now they're adding ammonia?
It's true. Some municipalities are now adding ammonia plus chlorine to your water supply. It's a disinfectant called chloramine. But with a trusted Big Berkey water filter, you can keep chloramine out of your water. New NSF EPA certified lab tests show EPA Berkey water filters remove chloramines, pharmaceuticals, BPA, pesticides, bacteria and viruses, all forms of fluoride, and much more. Big Berkey water filters are the original and most trusted on the market. The gold standard in water purification. And our filters last for years at less than 2 cents per gallon. Big Berkey, the one that's powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get your Big Berkey today. Call 1-877-99-BERKEY or click BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. That's 1-877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
Hi, this is Steve Spillum for Midas Resources. In 1971, President Nixon took the United States off the gold standard and put us into a fiat currency. This allowed Congress and the Federal Reserve to create trillions of dollars out of thin air. The national debt has risen to incredible heights, and your hard-earned dollars by a small fraction of what they once did. The average life expectancy for a fiat currency is 27 years. The dollar is failing and on borrowed time. When currencies fall, people turn to gold and silver because gold and silver have been real money for more than 5,000 years. It is our mission at Midas Resources to help you preserve your capital. Don't let your personal savings shrink to nothing. For important free information on how you can protect your personal wealth, contact me, Steve Spillum, at 1-800-686-2237, extension 308. Call today while we are still accepting dollars for gold and silver. 1-800-686-2237, extension 308. Make a change in your financial security today. That's 1-800-686-2237, extension 308.
Many are in disbelief today after word of shocking allegations against a Minnesota-based talk syndication company known as GCN. It's claimed that they're the fourth largest talk syndication company in the U.S., making it even more scandalous that they've been accused of helping business owners expose themselves on a massive scale. Let's go live to Tom for more on this story.
It's being called the greatest exposure of our lifetime, while other business owners are beginning to step forward claiming they too exposed themselves with the help of GCN.
It's true. They're all guilty. Every last one of them. GCN helped me get the exposure my company needed, and just think, that was years ago. Today, GCN has like 700 affiliate stations and over 6 million downloads from iTunes and their website every month.
Imagine the exposure your company can get. Expose your business to the masses. Email advertise@gcnlive.com. Easy, affordable, effective. GCN.
It's very easy to be a criminal. All you need to burglarize a home is one simple household tool, a pair of scissors. If your home security system can be compromised by a criminal using scissors, then you're making it easy for them. Almost every home security system, even those sold by big-name companies, has a weakness: the phone line. You shell out $1,500, get locked into a long-term contract, and think you're safe. But a burglar can destroy your alarm in seconds with one snip. And when a burglar cuts your phone line, you're defenseless. Simply Safe Home Security is the smarter choice. Built by Harvard engineers, Simply Safe uses a wireless connection to call the cops. Scissors can't cut it, and that means your home stays safe. 24/7 professional monitoring is under $15 a month with no contract. Simply Safe Home Security keeps you safer than the other guys for half the cost. Protect your home with the alarm you can trust. Simply Safe. Go to simplysafedefense.com now for an exclusive 10% offer. That's simplysafedefense.com.